Pornhub no longer paying out in PayPal. Could this be a boon for cryptocurrency? We'll just have to see how it goes down. Let's get it. Easy boy. Hey guys, welcome to BitBoy Crypto, your one-stop shop for all things Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Today, we're going to be taking a look at huge news as Pornhub will no longer be paying out models via PayPal, which brings up possible adoption for cryptocurrency. We're going to be talking about Mike Novogratz talking about the great arms race between the US and China in terms of blockchain. We're going to be talking about the OneCoin scams, founder's brother facing a lot of time and giving up information on the crypto queen herself. I was going to be talking about Wyoming trying to circumvent New York laws. Will it work? And lastly, 2 men caught in a SIM card hack. That they're charged in that hack. So we're going to be taking a look at all of that and more. Let's start with the markets. Market Watch. All right, guys, we got mostly red. Most coins down between about 1.5% and 2%. VeChain and Factom and Verge all up. Verge based on some news we're going to talk about in just a second. But if we come on over and we look at my long I had in here, you guys will see it's coming in at not so great, down about $566 on this trade right here. I don't know. I'm just going to ride this one out, guys. I'm going to ride this one out. We are in a downtrend right now, but we're getting very close to the end of a descending channel here. And at some point, it's got to either go up or go down. So I'm betting it's going to go up. Carl from the Moon did a video today that shows 70% of the time when we're in this pattern that the price is going to go up out of the channel. And when it does, it's going to go up fast and hard. So I still feel pretty good, even though I'm down right now, that ultimately we are going to have a winning trade here. But if you'd like to trade on Bybit and lose money like I do, then make sure that you sign up, bybit.bitboy.live. Believe it or not, I have been a profitable trader on here, but this one right here may go down in the books as one of my bigger losses if it goes down instead of up out of that channel. So even if it drops down below the channel, I still have a chance that it might hold, somewhere around 85 or something like that. So I won't get liquidated at 84.55. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed anyways. I still feel pretty good about this trade, even though I'm down. So we'll just have to watch it for a couple days, see what happens here. Don't forget, also, make sure you sign up for the Bybit game starting on November 18th. I'm a team captain. The number one top story of the day. All right, guys, PayPal's axing of Pornhub model payments may boost crypto conversions. Now, you may not like porn. You may think it is not a good thing for society, but that is neither here nor there in terms of what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is the fact that all of a sudden, on a whim, these ladies' livelihoods have been taken away. And if they're not able to receive payments in PayPal, then how are they going to get their money? And the fact that PayPal can just on a whim make those kinds of decisions that wreck people's lives, it reminds me of what happened when YouTube demonetized the YouTube shooter. And then not implying that that's going to happen here, but it just shows when you're playing with people's lives on a string and you're a faceless company like PayPal, there are repercussions from those actions, whether they are one event or whether it's a rising up against against PayPal, which hopefully we'll see from this, that basically we cannot stand for a company like PayPal making moral decisions, because that's what this is. It's really a moral decision, and PayPal is a payment processing company. It is not a political arm. And so because of that, this is legal. None of this is illegal. Pornography, whether you like it or not, is not illegal in this country for people to consume and produce that are 18 years of age and above with consent. So the fact that PayPal makes this moral decision, it's not good for those people that were earning income. So obviously we did know that Pornhub did say last year they would accept Verge, so that's why Verge has got a pump. Tron and Zcash also are accepted as of June of last year. But a lot of these performers, if you would like to call them that, on Pornhub, they are going to be looking for different options. And hopefully this will be a place where people can see the importance of cryptocurrency not being centralized, not making moral decisions, in just being what it's supposed to be, a transfer of value from one person to another. So, I think that this is definitely something that could be big. We currently pay out in Verge and are evaluating adding other cryptocurrency payout options. So users of Pornhub could pay in Tron and Zcash, but only Verge is the payout option. So they're looking at adding more options. And I think, this is 100,000 people here, that 100,000 women that are now not going to be able to get paid the way they were getting paid. So this could actually bring a lot of new users into cryptocurrency. And, we would welcome them gladly. Anyone who comes into this movement, especially that's doing legal things, we certainly welcome to cryptocurrency. So welcome, ladies, I guess. And maybe some guys too. I don't know. Story number 2. Next story found on bitboycrypto.com. Don't forget, join the Bit Squad. Put in your email address for a chance to win a special edition Ledger Nano. So here we go. Mike Novogratz says it's vital for the USA to transition to cryptocurrency. He says, we are way behind on a crypto USD. China is coming and coming fast. Their president just publicly claimed his support to all things blockchain. We risk losing our reserve status. This is what I've been telling you guys. I wish some people would take me as seriously as they take Mike Novogratz, because I've said this for months. This is a problem, guys. Libra was an opportunity for the United States to take a lead in cryptocurrency. I'm not saying Libra by itself is good or bad, but it was an opportunity for us to take control. Now China is seizing on that opportunity, and they are pushing through full steam ahead while we're caught up in regulation. I thought there was a very interesting quote here. It says, the U.S. economy is facing a mounting national debt, currently over 23 trillion USD and rising. If the U.S. decided to pursue a devaluation of the dollar, things could get interesting. There's no way to tell where this story will go, but it looks like China may be overtaking the US and the West more generally when it comes to digital assets. And that's a problem for those of us that believe that digital assets are the future. How much of our economy are we going to allow China to eat into before we say it's enough? We need to put our foot down, we need to move forward, and we need to take control of this. And I think we will see that in the coming months. Politicians, specifically Republican politicians, are coming out more and more in favor of crypto and capitalism in general, and understand that we are playing for a very valuable piece of the economic pie right now. And if we can't take a hold on this, someone else will, and we already know it's going to be China. We have about a 50% bigger economy than China does. If they can even eat into a third of that lead, then that is definitely going to put us on some shaking ground. And if they become the reserve currency, the United States is in big trouble economically, in my opinion. Story number 3. All right, guys, so OneCoin, if you haven't heard about OneCoin, we haven't actually talked about it on the channel. It's the biggest crypto scam ever. It's like $4 billion. It's absolutely insane. And it was a big Ponzi scheme that started in Bulgaria. Now, the crypto queen, as she is called, Dr. Ruha Ignatov, called the crypto queen, her brother is the one who is facing time because she is missing. She has disappeared. Now, we got some information on where she could possibly be, as her brother says that his sister acquired a passport and tickets to Vienna and Athens from her home in Bulgaria. So that's a clue where she could be. She could be in Vienna, or she could be at the University of Georgia. Go Dogs, sick 'em. Woof, woof. Anyways, guys, I digress. But OneCoin raised $4 billion for its cryptocurrency and proprietary ecosystem and funding in what multiple governments have called a Ponzi scheme. OneCoin denies those allegations and continues to operate. They basically did it by a large scheme of crypto bots, commenting bots that made OneCoin seem like it was very popular, when in reality it was basically nothing. So the brother here, his name is Konstantin Ignatov. He is facing multiple accounts, including money laundering, and they reached a deal to where he would be facing up to 90 years in prison. So usually, and what we'll talk about in our last story, is that usually these people get a slap on the wrist. But when you're talking $4 billion, any involvement in that all, it's like Bernie Madoff level stuff right there. I don't know, maybe even this is bigger than Bernie Madoff. I'm not 100% sure what that scam was, the level of that scam. But one thing's for sure, these people are not getting a slap on the wrist. They are getting the book thrown at them, deservedly so. Story number 4. So if you didn't know, New York has some of the strictest crypto laws in the country. Today on Beards and Bitcoins, Jay Chains and I actually had the opportunity to interview Lynn Ulbricht, Ross Ulbricht's mom, and she told us a lot about the case and what happened. And, it all revolved around New York. Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road, he obviously is serving 2 life sentences plus 40 years or plus 25 years, whatever it is. And he got the book thrown at him from New York. Now, why is New York so up in a wad about cryptocurrency? Well, that's because guess what? Wall Street is there. The big banks are there. No surprise. So the state of Wyoming, if you didn't know, they passed 13 pro-cryptocurrency laws, all stemming around Caitlin Long, former Wall Street person, wanting to donate money to her alma mater at Wyoming, and she found out she couldn't because of the current laws. So they really pushed to change laws in Wyoming, and they've done that. Well, now they've actually created something there that could get around some of the New York laws. You have to have what's called a BIT license to operate a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency company in New York. So it says one of those laws, the ones that Wyoming passed, charter special purpose depository institutions, SPDIS, a new type of fully reserved fiat bank that can also custody crypto assets. With an SPDI, crypto exchanges and other startups could operate in New York without going through the state's licensing rigmarole under the same legal principles that exempt banks from needing state money transmitter licenses, Wyoming advocates said. Now, this is not locked in for 100%. But I feel like this is awesome. I love the fact that they're going around the archaic digital asset laws that even though they just really passed them, they're still archaic in the way that they operate. And it's really sad what the state of New York has done. Obviously, you guys know Crypto Zombie. He is up in that area, and I feel sorry for him. There's all kinds of things he's not able to do because he lives in New York that the rest of us can do in cryptocurrency, and it's a real shame that they're holding back their people like that. Obviously, there's lobbyists. I don't know if that. Yeah, there's banking lobbyists, Wall Street lobbyists that are trying to keep New York locked in the dark ages, while the rest of us are really, able to see the light of cryptocurrency, and it's very unfortunate. But I love the fact that Wyoming is going at New York, and they're saying, look, we're going to operate within your rules, and we're still going to find a way to use cryptocurrency and to operate a cryptocurrency bank where you're at, and I love that. So big shout out to Wyoming. Story number 5. Last story of the day, we got 2 U.S. men arrested for stealing social media accounts and crypto via SIM swapping. These were 2 guys from Massachusetts, 2 students actually, Eric Meigs and Declan Harrington. I looked up this guy's LinkedIn, and it doesn't have a picture or information, but he does have one. University of Massachusetts student, and they attempted to steal over $550,000 in cryptocurrency. So what they're actually facing is 1 count of conspiracy, 8 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of computer fraud and abuse, and 1 count of aggregated identity theft. So even though Ross got the book thrown at him, and we're looking at the founders of OneCoin getting the book thrown at them as well, the fact is, in the United States, white-collar crimes get nothing but a slap on the wrist. So I'll be really interested to see what level of punishment these guys actually get. What penalties do they get for attempting to steal $550,000? That's much more than you would get if you robbed a bank. I don't know what the average cash holding for a bank is, but I would assume it's probably around $100,000, because if you go try to withdraw $2,000 in cash, a lot of time you'll get pushback. So I don't know what the average bank has, but it's certainly not $550,000. So just because they didn't kick the door in and have guns in their hand, that doesn't mean that this crime is any less impactful than an actual bank robbery. I guess you could argue that, there's not violence and somebody can't get, physically harmed in one of these, but, somebody's entire livelihood can be taken from them. So we'll definitely have to watch this story, see how it develops. If there's an update on it, we will definitely let you know. Thank you for watching the show today. BitBoy out.